Hi guys, welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're not new, welcome back. My name is Sincerely BP, and today we're gonna be talking about raising your dating standards. Now, I have experience dating. I have so much experience dating. Yes, I am single because I always knew, like, at the end of the day, I always knew my worth. Now, it took me, I'm not gonna lie, there was a period where I didn't know my worth. We'll get into that, but like, I always like would cut it off when I knew the situation wasn't benefiting me, it wasn't helping me, this guy wasn't worthy of my time or my energy, or like I was just too good for a certain guy. Like, I would cut them off. So say all that to say is I have a lot of dating experience, and my experience has allowed me to truly have a very unique perspective and view when it comes to dating, and it's truly allowed me to be very, very selective with who I give my time to. Like, I have learned everything through trial and error in me just going out there into the dating world. And like, when I tell you guys I've learned everything by trial and error, I was not properly prepared to date. It is what it is. I was not sitting down and I wasn't given a talk. Nobody sat me down and told me the rules or what have you. I learned everything by getting in the field and learning through experience. But I'm here today to be your big sister, the big sister you never had, to have this conversation with you. I want women to have higher dating standards. We need to have higher dating standards. I don't want us settling for the bare minimum. I want us to get the man that we deserve, and I want us to not waste our time on men that do not deserve our time. There are a lot of men out there that just want to play games. They're not serious. We don't have time for that. So I'm going to share with you my tips on how to raise your dating standards. If you just got out of a relationship, if you realize that you've been stuck in this pattern and you've been dating that same type of man, you've been dating that F-boy back to back to back, and you just want to raise your dating standards, this is a video for you. My first tip is to write out or script, if you've ever heard of the term scripting. Write out or script your ideal partner. Yes, you want to write down your ideal qualities for every category, and you want to be very specific and detailed about what you want. I mean, if you were at Build a Man and you could truly build your perfect ideal man, I want you to write those qualities down. Now, I do want you to not be superficial, and I do want you to be realistic. Like, don't, let's be realistic. Let's not be superficial, but let's still write down like every trait that you would want ideally in your man. And I'm talking about all traits, characteristics, finances, the ideal religious beliefs that you would want your man to have, the ideal political beliefs, the ideal communication style that you want him to have, ideal love language you want him to have, beliefs, values, morals, character, I'm talking about every single little thing. Write it down. You want to know what you're looking for. When you meet a man, you want that ding in the back of your mind to kind of go off. Like, you probably won't remember your whole list, but like, if you write it down subconsciously, like if you're on a date or if you meet a man or whatever and they say something, like, it's gonna be like a little ding in the back of your mind, because you have already identified that that's something that you really, really want in your man. It's really important to get clear on what you want. You need to get clear on what you want and what you need. So like, if you write out ideal finances and your man, like, let's just say you write out ideal finances and you're like, I want my man to have a successful career, and I want him to be making X amount of money, or you know what I'm saying? It's like, then if you meet someone that doesn't have a career, and you know for a fact, like, okay, no, this person, like, if you know, like, I want my man to be working at a Fortune 500 company, and that's very specific, but I'm using this for the purposes of the example. For example, let's say that you know you want your man to work in corporate, and you know you want him to at least be at a certain level. Like, I want my man to at least be a manager in corporate or something along those lines. If you meet a man that works at Walmart, and this is no shade to anyone that works at Walmart, I'm just talking about for this specific example, and you meet a man but he's like, yeah, I work at Walmart, you know your ideal partner, like, you were very authentic and true to yourself and what you wanted, and you're like, okay, it's kind of easy to kind of just eliminate because this is not that man. Now, I don't want you to be too superficial, like, oh, he has to be earning 500K and he has to do this, because, you know, being realistic, depending on, my advice applies to all women, all races, you know what I'm saying? But if you are a Black woman, because that is majority of my target audience, and if you date Black men, then you know that it's not likely that you're gonna meet a lot of men in corporate that are making over 500K, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may have to not set a specific number if you want all the other qualities that you want for your man. Now, maybe he's gonna have that drive and that ambition to where eventually one day he will get to that point, but that doesn't mean he has to have that exact number as a salary right now. So I think that that's just something to think about when you're making your list, is don't put something that's too out there that is going to limit you, but still make sure you are putting the qualities that you want. Another thing that you need to do when you are raising your dating standards is reflect on your past relationships. You need to take that time to heal and reflect on your past relationships. Reflect on what you caused, what you contributed and caused to the demise of the relationship, and reflect on what the other person did, and reflect on how that other person made you feel. What are the things that they did that made you feel valued and wanted and happy and satisfied? What are the things they did that made you feel insecure and made you doubt yourself, that didn't make you feel so good about yourself? What are the things that you could have done better? Could you have set more boundaries? Could you have been a better communicator? Could you had, you know, gave more of your time? Like, really just reflect on those past relationships and reflect on what you could have done to make that situation better, or so that you would not have to have experienced that situation and not experience the pain that you've experienced. So you want to reflect on your past relationships, because in order to raise your dating standards, you have to know what you will and won't put up with, and what you will and won't tolerate, what type of boundaries you're going to implement, so that you can meet that man of your dreams. That brings me to my next point. Write a list of your non-negotiables. Now, this is not that list of X, Y, and Z characteristics. I'm talking about, this list should be the absolute things that you cannot put up with, and the things that you cannot accept. Write a list of non-negotiables. I absolutely will not date a smoker, someone that smokes a cigarette. I absolutely do not want to date a man with X, Y, and Z political views. I absolutely cannot date a man of a certain religion, because that goes against my religious beliefs. Like, what are your absolute non-negotiables? What are the things that you can be flexible on? I think it's so important that when you are dating, maybe, you know, you're willing to be flexible with some characteristics on your list, but like, you have to know what are those things that are absolutely non-negotiable. I know for me personally, I cannot date a man that is cheap. I'm not saying you have to be the wealthiest man in the world, and it's not even about how much money you have. It's about your generosity and how much you're willing to share your money with me. If you're cheap, we're not gonna work. I can't have like a selfish, stingy, cheap man. Like, that's such a turn off for me. So it's like, certain things you should know, like, you absolutely are not gonna tolerate. Like, you know, if you were to marry this person, it would just be insufferable because you just can't tolerate it. So really identify those things for you. In order to raise your dating standards, you have to practice saying no and rejecting men. You have to learn and understand how to say no, how to reject men, how to turn them down. If you know a man is not being serious, not taking you serious, maybe you gave a guy your number, but like he keeps hitting you up talking about what you doing? Like, and it's like no plans to go on a date. There's no plan to do any fun activity. It's just, hey, what's up? WYD. Like, and it's just like not talking about anything of substance, not talking about anything thought-provoking. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta cut that off. You have to know how to cut that off because they're not serious. He's not applying pressure. He's not putting in any effort. He's being very low maintenance and doing the bare minimum with you. So learn how to say no, learn how to reject men, know how to cut things off. And that truly leads me to my next point, which is to leave after the first red flag. When you see a red flag or a man does something, don't waste any time. Let them go. Hey, it's been fun. I've really enjoyed getting to know you these past couple of weeks, but unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna work out. I wish you the best. If he responds, don't, leave it at that. I personally say leave it at that. At least you gave him that. You didn't ghost him. Leave it at that. Move on. If you need to block him, block him. Do what you gotta do. Hey, it's been nice getting to know you. I've enjoyed our 2 dates. I think we're incompatible. Something along those lines. Something very simple, and let him know and move accordingly. Or if he does something that like you just really just does not sit well with you, let him know. I don't appreciate how you did X, Y, and Z. It really made me feel like X, Y, and Z, or it really showed me that you're not a responsible man. It really showed me that you're not caring, and that's an ideal quality that I look for in my future partner. I'm no longer interested. Simple. If you really want to help him out so that he can grow and become a better man, or so that person can become a better person moving forward, let them know they did wrong, and then cut it off. I'm a very strict, no nonsense person. So once you do something that's really just like, no, like I've been through so much. I don't have time for the games. I don't have time. I cut it off and I keep it moving. Because you're not going to waste my time. My time is so valuable. It's so precious. Time is the only thing on this earth that you can't get back. Time is more valuable than anything. You're not going to waste my time. So, I do think that there are some occasions where if they do that first red flag, and if you're one of those people that's more lenient, okay, note it and keep it moving. But once they do that second red flag, cut them off. Fool me one time, shame on me. Fool me twice. I don't know the saying, but y'all know what I'm saying. Fool me one time, okay. Fool me twice, fool me 3 times. Don't let it get to that third red flag. Don't. Maybe the second red flag. So if it gets to the second, it's just gonna be 6 flags. Once it gets to that second red flag, trust me, you are now entering 6 flags. Anywho, okay, so another tip I have for raising your dating standards is to go to the places that your ideal partner would go to. Frequent the places that your ideal partner would frequent. And when I say that, I mean go to conferences, go to Afrotech. If you know you want a intelligent, business-oriented, high earner, go to a tech event, go to networking events, go to professional networking mixers, professional networking events, or maybe real estate mixers, real estate networking events, professional networking mixers, or a conference, NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists, NABA, National Association of Black Accountants, National Association of Black Lawyers, National Association of Lawyers, those kinds of different organizations, they host events all throughout the year. Go on Eventbrite, go on Instagram, look up those events. If those are the caliber of men that you're looking for, try to frequent those events and those places. Maybe church, if you know you want a God-fearing man. Go to different churches, go to the youth night. We all know, like, you know, the high-end bars or like a high-end restaurant and go like sit at the bar, something like that. But it's like, you want to go to the places where the type of man you want are going to be. Let's say you know you want an athletic man. You're a very athletic woman and you want an athletic man. Maybe you'll meet your man at the gym. Maybe, you know, you'll meet your man at a run club. If you love exercising, go to a run club, go to a jump rope club, to a biking club. There's so many different things you can do to meet that man that is, you know, for you. And you have to put yourself in those spaces to where it's more likely that you will end up running into that type of man. Another thing that's important when raising your standards is to learn how to communicate. You cannot have high standards without being that high quality person that you're looking for yourself. You have to learn how to communicate. You have to learn how to communicate your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, right? Like, I know for me, I used to ghost people a lot. Like, and to me, it wasn't ghosting. To me, it wasn't ghosting. It was just, I'm cutting you off. And that's just kind of how I am. Like, when I want to, like, when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. It's nothing else to talk about. And I'll just cut you off. But then I'm like, you gotta stop doing that. Like, I kind of like, ghosting became a thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Brianna, like, you've been ghosting all these people. I'm like, that's not cool. Because, yeah, I think I got ghosted. And I was like, oh, that's what that feels like. And I'm like, that's not cool. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to tell men what they did and why I'm not talking to them, and then I'm gonna stop talking to them. So I at least, you know, now I'm like, okay, the least I can do is tell you where you went wrong and why I'm not talking to you anymore, and that's that. So now, okay, I could give them benefit of that. I could tell them, like, you know, communicate. It's nothing. We have to learn how to communicate, guys. I know it can be uncomfortable. I know it can be scary, whatever, but it has to be done. Like, because when you're doing certain things and you're not communicating, you don't know how that's affecting the other person on the other side. You don't know the insecurities that someone already has. And then by you not communicating, but your actions are the bare minimum, like being weird, like, it's not helping. We have to be able to communicate. That's such a major skill. And if you're dating and you're looking for your partner for the rest of your life, then you're gonna have to be able to communicate with your partner for you guys to sustain your relationship. So you want to be able to learn how to effectively communicate now. My next tip is to know and expect the bare minimum. So when I say expect the bare minimum, I don't mean like that's the only thing you should expect as a bare minimum. I mean, a man is opening your door, he should open your door. Expect it. If you walk in front of the door, stop right at the door and wait for him to open it. Like, it's little things like that. And when you're at the table and the bill comes and it's time to pay and that man asks you on the date, it's no point to fumble around and, oh, let me, like, fumble around in your purse. It's no point. Just sit there. This is my opinion, guys, but I honestly think that you don't even need to react. Look at the bill. Oh, okay. And just sit there and look at your man or look at the, like, oh, okay. Guys, I don't do the fake reach in my purse. Oh, I don't do that little fake. I don't do nothing. I sit there and I see what he's gonna do. And most of the time, they reach for that bill. Cause that's what they're supposed to do. Like, that's the bare minimum, and you should expect that man to reach for the bill. You should expect that man to pull out your chair for you to sit down. You should expect the man to open the door for you. You should expect that man to follow up after the date to say, hey, I had a great time. Hope you made it home safe. Let me know when you can do this again. Let me know when you're available. Like, expect the bare minimum. Those little things are the bare minimum, and you need to know that you deserve it and expect that and more. Okay, and that brings me to my last tip, and that is to know your worth and your value. If no one has told you you are worthy, you are valuable, you are worthy of love, you are worthy of respect, you are worthy of that marriage that you want, you're worthy of that family that you want, you're worthy to be treated right, you're worthy, and you deserve to be treated with respect. You deserve to be talked to with respect. You deserve to be worshipped. You deserve to be praised. You deserve to be complimented. You deserve to be positively affirmed. You deserve that. We as humans, we all yearn and crave for love. We all yearn and crave to be accepted by someone, and to be loved by someone, and to be appreciated by someone. And you deserve that. And you need to know that you are worthy all on your own, by yourself, with no one else. You don't need validation from another man. You don't need validation from another woman. You don't need validation from another soul. You need to know that you're worthy all on your own. You can do that all by yourself. But like I said, we all crave love, and we all crave that. So it's just like, you need to know that you're worthy of it. And once you know that you're worthy of it, then that will naturally emit. That energy is naturally going to emit. Once you're confident in yourself, you love yourself, you know you're worthy of the utmost respect and love and good treatment, that is going to be your aura. That's going to be the energy that you naturally give off, and people are going to respond to that aura and that energy and that confidence, and they're going to treat you as such, because they got that subconscious and that non-verbal communication that you know you are the S, and no one can tell you anything differently. So know that for yourself. Work on your self-worth, your self-love, your self-confidence. Work on that worthiness. Say those affirmations in the morning, every morning. Say those affirmations at night before you go to bed. Uplift yourself. You don't even need to rely on another person to do it for you, because once you love yourself, and once you know that you're worthy and you believe that for yourself, that's when other people will believe it too, and they'll be attracted to you too, because you just naturally have that confidence and that self-worth and that self-love. So know you're worthy and know your value, and don't let anyone treat you less than what you deserve and less than what what you're valued at. So that is my advice on raising your dating standards. My name is Sincerely BP. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what tip was your favorite tip, and comment down below what specific topics that you guys want me to speak about. I am here to be that big sister that you never had. I'm an only child. I didn't grow up with any big sisters, so I'm here to be that big sister that you never had. I'm here to help you glow up and become that girl, okay? My content is all about women, about uplifting women and helping them become the best version of themselves holistically, okay? That's physical health, mental health, dating, fashion, beauty, lifestyle. Like, I'm just helping you become that girl, okay? We're gonna hit every category so that you can really be that girl and nobody can say nothing, Nathaniel, to you. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.